Welcome to the Motordrome, from the oval track to garages and everywhere in between. Thanks to our sponsors, Competition Distributing and Redline Oil. Thank you to our sponsors, Competition Distributing, Redline Oil, Strange Bird Manufacturing, the Lake Erie chapter of the AMCA, Cycle Source, and Journey Biker Church. Thanks, everybody.
Welcome back to the Motordrome Podcast. Sorry, we've been on a little bit of a hiatus here. We're trying to get caught up with everything and get back to interviewing all of our racers so you guys get to know them better and understand the people under the helmets and are out there racing these 100-year-old motorcycles. So race is coming up September 26th in Erie, Pennsylvania at the Lake Erie Speedway. So if you guys are interested, tickets are available online. And we also have special VIP passes as well if you want to get down into the pits, check out the bikes, the racers, get to meet the people, see them working on these 100-year-old machines, and, come out and have a good time at the races with the family. So we got Mike Elford with us today. Mike, you go by Blue Bag Mike, right?
Correct.
That's your Instagram handle. So Mike's going to be racing with us, and we're going to get to know Mike here a little bit. So what's your story, Mike? What got you into motorcycles?
Oh, man, I've been into motorcycles my whole life. I mean, I've got pictures when I was 1 year old, 2 years old on my dad's and my uncles and all that. So I've been around motorcycles forever. Racing's relatively new. I just started racing last year, actually.
Okay.
At Sons of Speed in Florida was my first one, and then Tennessee got rained out. I don't know if you was in Tennessee last year. Tennessee got rained out, and then I'd done the Sons of Speed in Durango at the Four Corners Rally, and then so this is only my second year, but I'm hooked. So I'll be at all of them that I can make it to,
Yeah. I remember seeing you at some of the earlier races.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to a couple before you started actually racing?
Not any of the Sons of Speed ones.
Okay, all right.
I've been to TROG and stuff like that, but I'd never been to Sons of Speed. So last year, February, or was it March 1st of 25, I think it was. That was the first Sons of Speed event I'd ever attended.
Okay, that's where I first saw you then, was March. We were at that one at the Sons of Speed.
You won.
Yeah, the single class. We were. I remember seeing you there because you hang out with Detroit quite a bit, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I remember seeing you guys there. I think you were walking the track or something, and then you're racing. So you're relatively new to racing. What made you decide to oh, hey, I want to give this a try? Did somebody give you the bug, or did you?
I've always been into motorsports of any kind. And a long time ago, I used to do demolition derbies, which, it's four wheels, not two. But I'd done that for a really long time. And then that kind of went away. I had kids, so that took priority. And now the kids are grown, and I don't know if I'd say I was really looking to get into a different hobby, but it just kind of happened. And
it kind of popped up, right?
Yeah, exactly. It just kind of happened, and I just kind of went with it from there and thought, why not give it a try? And then, of course, first time on the track, it's pretty damn intimidating, but you just go with it, right? And then it evolves from there. So,
yeah, that's super cool. Before you started racing, I relatively new. What kind of bikes did you primarily have? Like you say, you've been into motorcycles. What was your first bike, and then if you have more than one, what do you have in your collection now?
I've got my first bike was a 1982 FXR, not counting the little 50cc Suzuki that I had when I was a kid.
Wait, you have an 82 FXR? That's awesome. I have an 82 FXR too. That's pretty sweet. First year FXR,
yeah. So I've still got it. That was my first bike. That was in the family. So.
Okay.
My uncle, I have an uncle in Ohio. He bought it new, and then he sold it to his brother. The bike's been to Japan. My uncle was in the military, so it's been all through Japan. I got the headlight stickers from bike shows it was in, and then I was able to buy it from them, and I still have it. And it's one of those. It's been in the family since '82, right? So if I get rid of it, it's got to go to family. But I don't have any intentions on getting rid of it anytime soon.
Right. It's like one of those heirlooms you got to pass down.
Yeah, exactly. So I have that. I have a modern bike, which is a 22 Road Glide.
Okay.
And then I've had choppers that I've got rid of, and I'm in the process of building the shovel head chopper, cone shovel chopper now.
Okay.
And then the race bikes, I've got one complete and two or three more in the works.
Oh, cool.
At various stages.
So what's your race bike then? What are you going to be bringing to the Motordrome?
42 WL.
Cool. What how long what'd you start? Did you start with the whole bike, or did you start with parts and start putting together?
Just swap meet parts. And
That's
then,
awesome.
had somebody go through the motor, because I'm not a motor builder. I think I could do it. I could rebuild a motor. I don't have the tooling or equipment for that. So, well, outsource that to some other folks. And it actually started with just a frame. And then I found a motor, then I found a transmission, and then front end and wheels. And, you know how it is. Just piece it together over time. And I say over time, what's funny is I decided I was going to do this in September of 24. I want to put a race bike together, and I was at the track in February of 25. So there wasn't a whole lot of time, but it was just
that's pretty fast, man.
Everything just fell into place,
I guess so, especially from building it from parts, because usually you hear the story of like, oh, I want to do this, and I'm going to start with this, and then it's usually like months and months or years even. It just all depends. But
the shovel head chopper that I'm building, it really hasn't changed in 2 years. It's just sitting on the lift still for 2 years. But
well, you don't have a deadline for it, right? Like you don't have a specific thing you're going to use it for. So that's the one thing nice. I always tell Kelsey all the time. I kind of like having deadlines because it gives me like a focal point. Like, hey, no matter what, I have to have it done for this. So
it's funny you say that. I was just talking the other day and said, I need to set a goal and have that thing done by April of 27 or something, just to push myself, because if it's not a priority right now, it just sits there. So yeah, I'll get to it eventually.
Yeah, that's cool though. At least you're out. At least you're building them. That's the cool part. Like a lot of people, because that's a big question we get a lot is like, oh, how do you get involved in antique motorcycle racing? Well, perfect example, you right now. It's like you just have to have oh, I saw the race. This is really cool. Now I want to be a part of it. You just start with some parts and just kind of build your way into it. And
absolutely.
And
it's possible for anybody. It's just, do you really want to? Then make it happen.
Right. And then like once you get involved with it, you meet all these people, like-minded people, and it becomes like like a close-knit family. Like I try telling people all the time, like everybody in Sons of Speed and our other races and stuff like that. It's we know everybody from that one event, and it's like it just kind of grows off that and snowballs into a big happy family. So.
Absolutely. Cool, and that's we're competitors against each other, but I think we're more so friends.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Once the flag drops, everybody's out there for the same reason. They would like to see that checker first, but at the end of the day, it's like we're all friends. We all help each other. That's it. Like in the pits, like if you have any issues, I'm sure you've had more than one person come over and ask if you needed anything and that kind of thing. So absolutely.
And that's one of the biggest things I love about it is the camaraderie amongst all the racers and the racers people, right? The pits.
Yeah.
So it's good.
That's cool. Are you, so do you have any, like, you're racing the 45 class. Do you have any intentions to ever enter any other classes, or you're pretty content with just that 45 right now? Or
right now I'm comfortable with the 45 stuff. Which is, you guys are calling it the open class, right? The Legends Open.
Yeah.
Right. So right now I'm pretty comfortable there because I can see there's a lot of room to improve, but eventually maybe I'll move up and hang out with the fast guys like, Graybeard and, Mike Lang and those guys. Who knows? Yeah. The hunters. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Up in the hot class.
Yeah. I'm a ways away from that, but man.
Well, don't feel bad. I'm the same way. Those guys are fast as heck. So
they are extremely fast. Yeah.
yeah.
But look at Mike Lane. He's got 60 years of racing on me. So.
Yeah. Mike's the guy we always refer back to. It's like it's crazy. I just saw him at Wasion here a few weeks ago, but he's been racing for about 50 years, and it's just crazy. Like. We were talking about, because I'm really big into antique board track racing. That's like one of my big passions, and like reading the history about it, like where the motorsport all came from. And Mike's the same way. And we were talking about the old school legends that used to race for like Harley and Indian and stuff like that. Jim Davis, Otto Walker, Shrimp Burns, and Mike was like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "I've actually been racing longer than all of those guys, dead or alive." Like, so Mike is like. out of all the guys that have passed away and all the guys that are alive, Mike's been racing board track bikes longer than any of them, which is
That's
like
crazy.
It's crazy. So like someday, we're gonna look back and be like, oh, we used to know Mike. Like, Mike raced forever. I think Mike's gonna race until the day he dies, probably. So,
Well,
he's just that
hopefully
guy.
it's a long ways away.
I know. I'm just saying it's impressive. He's just a really impressive guy. He's very good at what he does, and it's one of those things where I hope I can be doing that kind of stuff at an older age like that. So,
I agree. Mike's a good guy, and I mean, I don't know how old you are, but I'm 45. I'm not old, but I'm not young either. And we'll see. Maybe 20 years from now, 30 years from now, can still do it. There's guys that do in their 70s, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's one of them. But there's other guys out there who do it too, so that's really cool. But no, that's awesome. You said you had a couple other race bikes you're building?
Yeah, they're also 45s.
Oh, okay. So you got all 45.
Yeah, it's all 45s. I came across a pile of stuff year and a half ago or something like that, and I've got oodles of 45 stuff, so might as well do something with it.
Yeah, that's cool. And then the nice thing about 45 stuff too is it's pretty readily accessible still. It's not like
it is
crazy hard to find parts for. There's a lot of them out there, that kind of thing. So
right. Yeah, they're at swap meets all day long, all the time, it seems like.
Yeah. So what's your plan? Are you coming in alone? Are you coming with Detroit? You guys traveling here or?
I don't know what Detroit's plan is. It'll be myself and my son, who's like my pit guy, and my girlfriend, and we'll be camping there. So
very cool.
I plan on coming in on Thursday and then leave out Sunday, but so stay at the track. I haven't done that before, which it sounds real convenient and nice just to stay at the track.
Like we have practice on Friday. You guys will be able to come down and set the pits up in the center of the track, just like what you're used to down in New Smyrna. So, be a very familiar tune for that. We're going to try to set it up pretty similar, just so nobody has to really relearn how the pits are working and where to be and that kind of thing. Try to keep it as second nature as we can. So,
how is the track? I seen videos you were out there. Was it you out there yesterday or the day before? I seen the video.
Well, we posted videos of it. We got that track, the one we posted yesterday. That was the one that was me racing down in New Smyrna.
Okay.
But the track is very similar. So it's New Smyrna is a half mile, and this track is 3/8 mile. It's just a little bit shorter, but it's the guy that runs the track. He was telling us so they measure from the center line, of the track, because it's got compound banking. So the straights are 6 degrees, and then the banking on the side, it varies from I think it's 8 to 14 degrees on the side. So it drastically gets, not drastically, but it banks harder the higher you get. And then if you measure the outside lane, so if you hug the wall all the way around the outside of the track, it's a half mile. So it's not very much shorter than New Smyrna. It's very similar in size. So that's kind of nice for familiarity with being racing at New Smyrna before. And then the other thing that's kind of cool too is the way the pits are set up. They're going to let us stage everything the way we want. So they have concrete barriers. We can make our pit row. There's a bunch of space in the center of the track and everything, and that's all concrete as well, the entire center. So it's nice. Obviously, it's all asphalt. It'll be a fun track. It's very wide. 4 lanes. It's a NASCAR sanctioned track, and they raced. They raced a bunch of. They do cars. They do a bunch of drifting, that kind of thing. So it'll be pretty cool. You guys will be able, like I said, you'll be able to get familiar with it Friday because we're gonna do practice twice on Friday. So we're gonna have a block in the morning to test and tune all morning, and then we're gonna have another block in the afternoon. I think they're 4 hours at a pop, so should be plenty of time to get the bikes.
4 hours is a long time.
Yeah, get them dialed in. It should be pretty cool. Trying to think what else. We're gonna have Danger Dan's coming to MC for us, which will be a lot of fun. I don't know if have you ever met Danger Dan?
Oh yeah, he's a riot, man.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun. So that'll be a good time. Obviously, we're gonna Heather and Chris Callan are coming in from Cycle Source.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna do they're gonna host like a cool little dinner for the track for the crew and riders.
Okay.
Friday night after practice. They're going to sponsor that for us. So that's going to be really nice. We can all kind of hang out and have food and, hang out and do that kind of thing. And then we have a couple other nice sponsors. We got Billy from Strangebird. He's coming in. He's sponsoring the race. He's going to have his Strangebird set up there. He makes all the really nice lines and fittings and stuff for pre-war Harleys, all the way up to panheads and stuff and knuckleheads. Okay. And then the AMCA, Lake Erie AMCA chapter's coming in. Craig Taylor, they're going to be there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be a good event. We'll have we'll have our merch there and stuff like that. Trying to think what else. There's trying to remember. There was something or somebody else coming. I can't remember now, but yeah, it'll be a good time. We're going to do is the shop here. Competition, we're not super far from the track. We're only about 50 minutes or so, like 45, 50 minutes. So if anybody has like a catastrophic critical issue that we can't fix on the side of a trailer or something or pit there, we can bring it over to the shop and work on it here. So that way we can get everybody out there to try to race. So
yeah, that's nice. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah. Have you raced at TROG? Do you want to talk about that at all or no?
I raced at TROG last year. Was my first year racing there. I'd attended before as a spectator, but I've never raced, and it was a blast. I'll be back this year, which it's 1 week after your guys' race, after the Motordrome. So
yeah, I remember when we were planning that, I was like, oh man, we don't want to mess up TROG. So yeah, that's good.
The trouble is there's so many events and there's only so many weekends in a summer, right?
Yeah.
So somebody's going to have to overlap somebody else at some point, and it's just what it is. Yeah. I think it's awesome that you thought about it. It's just going to put like folks like me on crunch time because I'll come back from the Motordrome, and because I only have one complete race bike right now, and when it's set up for you guys or Sons of Speed, it's not TROG approved, so I got to come back and change a bunch of stuff and then head to New Jersey in just a couple days. So.
Right.
But TROG was a lot of fun. It's a lot different than the oval tracks for sure.
Oh yeah, you're racing on a beach wide open, drop the hammer. Yeah. I've never done TROG. I thought it would be fun. Maybe someday I can get out there.
I think you should.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun for sure.
It would be. I know. I always see the videos and stuff, and I'm like, man, I got to do that someday. But I know Thelma. Well, Thelma's another one of our racers. She raced TROG, I think, a couple of times. She was telling Kelsey and I about that. She's done a bunch of that different stuff too. She was doing like ice racing and stuff too up in Minnesota and stuff.
I know. I've seen the podcast she was on with you guys, and I was blown away. I never knew she ice raced.
Yeah,
I don't like the cold enough. I'm not going on the ice.
No,
I don't even ice fish.
See, I think it'd be fun to try ice racing because I know like when they pick those tires, like it's crazy. You can lay those bikes like on the side pretty much. They just stick right to the ice, so that's pretty neat. But it'd be fun to try.
Yeah, I mean, maybe one day. I haven't got to that point yet. I'm not ready for that.
Well, you just got to add it to your repertoire, man. You just got to, knock one off. You got TROG, now you're doing Motordrome, Sons of Speed. And you'll find another niche out there. You'll get bored with it or something. Not bored, but you'll be like, oh, I can do this too, and try.
Yeah, eventually. I'm sure it'll happen.
Yeah,
like I said, it's ever evolving. It just grows.
Yeah, and it gives you an excuse to build and own more bikes too. So
there you go. Yeah, now I have to have an ice bike.
Yeah, yeah. That's the nice thing is like that's how we justify owning a bunch of different motorcycles. It's like, well, I got to have this one for this event. And I got to have this one for this event. So you don't have to do what you were just saying, or you go home and have to change it for TROG or something else.
Right. I could have one just set up for TROG.
Yeah,
those similar events, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's just planning accordingly. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, it'll be fun. But so Mike, is there what number are you running? What number are you going to be in the race?
76.
Okay, 76. So make sure anybody that's watching this, make sure you tune in and watch Mike at number 76. Mike's you're racing the 45 class. You're going to be the open class. You said who's coming with you again? You're going to have
my son and my girlfriend.
Okay, your son and your girlfriend.
Maybe my daughter. I don't know if she's going or not.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that'll be fun. You want to plug your social media handle at all? You got? Are you on like Facebook? I know you're on Instagram. I think I see you on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Blue Bike Mike. I think there's underscores after each word.
Okay.
I don't remember. And then Facebook is just Mike Elford.
Okay,
so,
cool.
And it's E, not A. Everybody thinks it's Al Ford. It's not. It's L Ford. So, but other than that, that's the only social media I have. So.
Cool, man. Well, I really appreciate you joining us today. Looking forward to hanging out with you over there. In the meantime, if you need anything from us, just let us know. Friday's practice. We're going to have, like I said, 2 blocks. We're going to be a morning block and afternoon block. And then Saturday's race day. So 9 to 11 is the pits are going to be open for VIP. So we're going to let the people come down to the center of the track. We're going to be able to walk around, talk to you guys, take pictures, whatever they want to do. Look at watch you guys work on the bikes. And then at 11, we're going to kick them out because they're not allowed to be down there while the race is going on for insurance purposes. So we're going to move. They're going to go out. They're going to have like their own special seating. And then your crews and stuff can stay down there, obviously. That's fine. But they'll be booted out. And then the race starts at noon, and, it just runs whatever the length the race is going to run. So.
Okay. Well, I appreciate everything you guys are doing too, because I know, you guys probably don't get enough credit for the behind the scenes stuff, but I'm sure it's a huge undertaking to do it. So thank you guys.
Oh, no problem. I just, Kelsey and I we're very excited to just be doing this, with you guys. We participate in Sons of Speed, and we love that event. We love Billy and all them guys. And we just want to keep this stuff going, the more the merrier. So, yeah, we don't want the antique stuff to die. That's all we care about. So
I'm with you on that for sure.
Cool, man. All right. Well, hey, Mike, good talking to you. Have a good rest of your evening, and we'll see you here pretty soon.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Yep. See you, man.
All right, bye.